So your pregnant mother disappears into the dragon's triangle. What do you think happened next?
I think something intense and terrifying happened deep in that water.
Hey everyone, I'm Propeller Penny, and this is Creepy Backstories, the show where we get to hear first-hand accounts of how the Heartstopper's creepy characters became creepy. In the studio today, we have Boardwalk Devil Dillon. Complete with a set of protruding horns and blackened eyes, this bright red devil has quite the origin story that involves a research vessel disappearing at sea, volcanoes, and even humpback whales. It's quite the story. Dillon, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, I'm a huge fan, Penny. I'm so pumped to be here.
Dillon, where do we even begin? How did Dillon become Boardwalk Devil Dillon?
Yeah, so I've been watching your podcast, and I'm of course very familiar with the NYC character collection and my fellow Boardwalk collection characters, and I just want to say that my story is a bit different from theirs. I didn't necessarily have a dramatic before and after transformation, but was rather just born this way.
Right.
I would suspect I was the typical fetus in utero in my mom's belly before her disappearance, so in a way you could say I did transform, but I'll never really know the exact story of my devildom.
Your devildom? I like that. Okay, well, you mentioned your mother. That's a great place to start.
Okay, so my mother was a research scientist from Japan. And often her research excursions took her out to sea, and during one particular sea trip, her research vessel disappeared.
And where was her research vessel last seen?
It was last seen passing through the Dragon's Triangle,
Which is also known as...
the Devil's Sea.
Yep.
There are a lot of theories about the disappearance of this vessel, which is a military vessel, by the way. There were 30-something crew members, none of which were actually found. But we do know from hospital records and pictures that my mom was pregnant with me when she disappeared at sea during this research outing.
Okay, so your pregnant mother disappears into the Dragon's Triangle. What do you think happened next?
I think something intense and terrifying happened deep in that water.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, what I can tell you is, in that area, there are a ton of subsea volcanoes, and it's my belief that I was born out of the subsea's volcanic wrath. I really believe that the sea and its volcanic forces and burning energies all worked together to ensure that I lived.
That's intense.
Yeah, I distinctly remember washing up on shore on this beautiful island, by the way, and just marveling at my red skin and feeling my horns and pointy ears. I was born a tiny red devil.
Amazing. So, you're on this beautiful island somewhere. What happens next?
I get my bearings and I just kind of hunker down. Time is a blur, but I figure out, what I can eat. There's fish and fruit. I make little areas for myself, sleeping spots. I just kind of existed and was hoping to be found.
Really? And did anybody find you?
Oh yes, the rescue team, who I assume was just looking for my mom and the crew members, but yes, they did find me. The problem was, they were terrified of me, and I was scared of them too. In fact, this is how I discovered that I could breathe fire.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'll never forget it. The rescue team, they spotted me from the water. They came ashore and slowly approached me. But as they got closer, they became very afraid of what they were seeing. And they pulled their weapons. And instinctually, out of nowhere, I just breathed out fire and flames. It was a warning signal. I mean, I didn't torch them or anything.
Is it weird that I kind of want to see you breathe fire?
Oh no, not at all. But maybe another day, Penny. I don't want to burn up this fancy studio. I love these microphones.
Okay, good call. So, you breathe out the warning fire. What happens next?
Oh, the rescue team, they were out of there. They aborted that rescue mission so fast, and I was just straight up abandoned.
Mm-mm.
And I realized, okay, I'm kind of a lot to handle. I'm not going to be rescued by a crew who are understandably terrified of me. And if I want to get off of this island, I have to find a way to do it myself.
Wow. Bold.
Yes, bold indeed. So I decided I was going to just float out into the ocean and let it take me where it thinks I should go. Because it was the ocean that gave me life. A demonic life, but still a life. And so I trusted it. And the thing is, if you are nice to the ocean will be nice to you. And Penny, I know that you, of all characters, will agree with me on that.
Oh, I could not agree more. I mean, the ocean saved me as well.
And Penny, when do we get to hear your story, by the way?
You know, I've just never really thought to share mine.
Oh, it's a beautiful story, Penny. You should really think about sharing it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, maybe one day I will, but enough about me. Let's get back to your story, Dylan. You float out to the ocean. What happens next?
Oh gosh, almost right away I am greeted by a small family of humpback whales.
Whoa.
They knew I needed the help, and they took me into their pod and pushed me along the currents, and off we went.
Dylan, this doesn't surprise me at all. In preparation for this interview, I did do some research and found that there's growing evidence that suggests that humpback whales are actually quite compassionate. There's a marine ecologist, Robert Pittman. Have you heard of him?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so he's well known for having witnessed and documented humpback whales going to the rescue of a seal who was being attacked by killer whales. This was back in 2009 in Antarctica.
I mean, it's incredible.
It really is. It is quite the story, but we could talk about the beauty and wonder and compassion of humpback whales for hours, but let's get back to your story, Dylan. So, where were we?
Yeah, so I go off with this lovely family of whales, and I join their migration from Japan to Hawaii.
Oh, well, where in Hawaii?
This whale pod dropped me off on the shores of Maui, and I stayed there for quite some time.
Oh, Maui. I hear it is magical.
Oh yes, that is how I would describe it. It's a very special place. So I hang out there for several months, maybe even close to a year, but after a while I realized I wanted to see more of the world. You know, Maui was maybe a little too perfect, if you can believe that.
Well, no, but okay.
So I left and I began another migration to the east coast of the US. And this time I was just a stowaway on a ship that ended up at the Baltimore Harbor in Maryland. And from there, I floated down the Chesapeake and over to Ocean City, Maryland.
So you're just like a little red devil just floating down the Chesapeake Bay?
Yup. It was a good trip. A lot of tasty oysters.
Okay. So you end up at Ocean City, Maryland. What happens next?
Yeah, so I get there, and I mean the boardwalk itself, and I'm just taking in the breeze and the scenes, but right away, I create a bit of commotion. People start screaming, they're pointing, children are paralyzed in fear, some are just running away, and I'm reminded, oh yeah, I'm a scary devil. So I decide, I think I'll just hide out under the boardwalk and just avoid all of this loud chaos that I seem to stir up.
Okay, not a bad plan.
No, not at all. It's actually quite nice. It's cool. There's an ocean view. People drop food through the cracks all the time, so that's not a problem.
Yeah, but does it get boring?
Well, yes, you could say it gets boring, but I'll admit, I do entertain myself by breathing fire up through the boardwalk and watching the people scream and jump, grabbing their feet in pain. It's actually hilarious. It never gets old.
So you're just burning the feet of the people walking on the boardwalk.
Well, burning, singeing, yeah, call it what you want, Penny.
Okay. I don't even know how to follow that. Do you ever come out from under the boardwalk?
Yes I do. When the colorful leaves start slipping through the cracks of the boardwalk, and I'm awakened by the aroma of pumpkin spice lattes when flip-flops are replaced by boots. I know it's time to come out. It's during this time people aren't afraid of me. No. They line up for hours to take a selfie with me and film these funny little TikToks. And there's one special night where I am always a guaranteed viral sensation loved by all. And that night, which is my favorite, is Halloween.
Boardwalk Devil Dillon, that is a hell of a story. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Penny. Can't wait to hear your story.